welcome to another video from Dr. Crypto. Today we're talking about Golem, and Golem gives people the ability to rent their computational power, their CPU, to others and get paid in the Golem token for it, for their services. Now, whether you have a PC or a data center, they can accommodate both. And what Golem wants to do is take all the computational power and create a decentralized supercomputer. It will speed up computation and also lower costs. Now, Golem had their crowd sale back in November 2016. They introduced all of their tokens, so there's no mining for Golem tokens. Currently, Golem is trading at around 23 cents a coin. I do own Golem. I bought it well below 23 cents. I like my Golem. It's done well financially. And I like them as a platform too. I like the fact that you can go rent computing power from other people if you don't want to go buy a big expensive computer or go buy a second hard drive for your computer. They're starting off with CGI and 3D rendering. So if you're a student or if you do CGI or 3D rendering and your computer at home is too slow, maybe it takes you 2 or 3 days to render your project, now you can go rent computing power from other people and speed that time up. Maybe now it will only take you a couple of hours to render your project. So they have 4 releases. It's brass, clay, stone, and iron. And brass was supposed to come out in May, but they've bumped that back to June, and they've also removed all of the other release dates from the other releases because they want to make sure that their product is up and running to 100% efficiency before they release it to the public. They don't want to get stuck with bugs and stuff like that. But in brass, now this information is coming from GitHub.com. From brass, they're in brass at the moment, and it's a proof of concept. It's in alpha testing. The current version of Golem is focused on rendering in Blender and in Lux Render. And although it will be useful to CGI artists, we consider CGI rendering to be a proof of concept primarily and also a training ground. So their next release will be Clay, and Clay is a big leap from the brass milestone. Clay introduces the Task API and the Application Registry, which together are going to make Golem a multi-purpose, generalized, distributed computation solution. Developers now have the means to integrate with Golem with the Clay release. This advance, however, may come at a compromised cost of stability and security, so the version should be considered an experiment for early adopters and tech enthusiasts. Prototype your new ideas and solutions on Clay. The next release is Stone, and Stone Golem will add more security, more stability, but also enhance functionalities implemented in Clay. An advanced version of the Task API will also be introduced. The application registry will be complemented by the certification mechanism and will create a community-driven trust network for applications. Also, the transaction framework will create an environment that will allow Golem to be used as an SaaS model. And lastly, it's Iron. And Iron is the deeply tested Golem that gives more freedom to developers, allowing them to create applications that use an internet connection or applications that run outside the sandbox. Of course, the decision to accept higher risk applications will still belong to the providers renting their computing power. Iron Golem should be robust, highly resistant to attacks, stable, and scalable. Iron will also introduce various tools for the developers that will make an application creation far easier. The Golem standard library will also be implemented. So Golem again is a platform, and they allow users to rent out or to borrow computing power from people. So if you have a computer at home that's just sitting around most of the day, you can rent out the computation power from that computer and get paid in Golem tokens. Or if you're working on a project and you need more computing power, then you can go borrow or rent computing power from other computers that are out on the network. So that's Golem. Again, I do own Golem. I do like Golem, and I plan on holding them for the long term, and I'm very excited to see where they're going and what they're doing. And thank you again for watching another one of my videos, and I hope it has informed you, and we'll see you on the next one.